Dr. Gyula Kulcsar, biochemist and cancer researcher, as a result of years of research, discovered a natural anti-tumor defense in the organism, which operates near to but differently than the immune system. This is the defense that the continuously arising cancer cells are destroyed by in most cases. It's obvious that components, active substances of a general defense system's monitoring, which operate in the whole organism, are located in the circulatory system, as is the only way they can produce their defensive effects in the whole organism. It is already known and proven that healthy cells absorb the various small molecules found in the blood strictly in necessary quantities, only while tumor cells accumulate most of these molecules without control or limitations, as much as they can, as much as there is available. Based upon his research, Dr. Gyula Kulcsar concluded that among the small molecules which get into cancer cells in high amounts, there are 16 that play a role in anti-tumor defense. The 16 active substances of the defense operate by getting into cancer cells in high amounts and fortifying each other's effects synergistically to give a signal to the cancer cell that sets off a self-destroying process in the cell, leading to the death of the cancer cell, programmed cell death known as apoptosis. During experiments, the tumor cells themselves selected these active substances from all the other small molecules, as these were the substances that were able to destroy them. The experiments have shown that the active substances of defense are certain amino acids, vitamins, and other biologically active molecules. The destruction of cancer cells via the joint effect of certain substances is called the natural anti-tumor defense. The natural anti-tumor defense is the special defense of the organism against cancer and is not equivalent to the immune system. It is what prevents most people from developing malignant tumors. The quantity of the molecules in the anti-tumor defense in the circulatory system varies within certain limits, but is more or less constant. The variation depends on lifestyle, life conditions, nutrition, illness, and age as well. In a healthy organism, the number of cancer cells that arise and the efficiency of the natural anti-tumor defense are in balance, meaning that the active substances of the anti-tumor defense are present in sufficient quantities to destroy all emerging cancer cells. This balance is needed to avoid the development of tumors in the body, and this is what prevents most people from developing malignant tumors throughout their lifetime. Still, how can it be that in spite of the presence of active substances of the anti-tumor defense, malignant tumors can develop in the organism? Malignant tumors develop because the balance up to that point that the anti-tumor defense has been able to keep becomes disturbed. The number of arising tumor cells becomes higher than the defense can destroy, and various tumors develop. The disturbance in the balance is due to two main causes. One reason is that because of certain powerful carcinogenic effects, more cancer cells develop in our organism, while the quantity of the active substances of the anti-tumor defense remains the same. Such carcinogenic effects can include, for example, smoking, radioactive radiation, unhealthy nutrition, viral infection, and genetic predisposition. The active substances of the anti-tumor defense destroy the same amount of cancer cells as in the state of balance, but because of the increased malignant effects, more cancer cells develop and stay alive, so tumor develops. The other reason why tumor develops is that the level of the active ingredients of the anti-tumor defense is reduced because of diseases, stress, undernourishment, unhealthy nutrition, or malabsorption, and utilization problems of nutrients in old age. In such cases, the quantity of active ingredients of the anti-tumor defense falls below a critical level, so it can destroy fewer newly emerged cancer cells than in a healthy state of balance, and this can also result in tumor. The question is that if we know the principle of the anti-tumor defense mechanism, how can we strengthen it in practice, on the one hand to be able to avoid the development of tumors, and on the other hand to cure an already existing tumor? The answer is obvious. We can strengthen the natural anti-tumor defense of the organism by introducing its active substances into the organism from an outer source in an increased quantity. The experiments lead us to the conclusion that in principle the development or recurrence of malignant tumors might be prevented if by a permanent and continuous intake of the substances of the defense we can raise the quantity of the active substances of the anti-tumor defense. This way the functioning of the defense could be an optimum level and could destroy all arising cancer cells. By a permanent daily intake of the products containing the active substances of the anti-tumor defense, even a completely healthy organism, we might prevent deficiency due to fluctuation in the quantity of active substances of the defense. This way we might maintain the monitoring level of the natural anti-tumor defense at an optimum value at all times. In the case of already existing tumors, the medical significance of the active substances of the anti-tumor defense might be the capacity to strengthen the organism's own natural defense by a long-term, simultaneous and high-amount intake of the substances. In such case, many more cancer cells would be killed. As a consequence, life expectancy may rise, quality of life may be improved, and the chance for full recovery could be higher. By administering products containing the active substances of the anti-tumor defense in an ideal situation, the substances enter the organism continuously in high amounts. This continuity could have an enormous role in fighting disease. As the organism uses up and evacuates the active substances of the anti-tumor defense very quickly, active substances introduced every waking hour raise the anti-tumor defense level continuously with the effect of accumulated quantities. This way they might slow, stop or in an optimum case reverse the malignant tumorous process. As an effect of the treatment and as part of the process leading to apoptosis, cells chop up their own DNA. From the results of cell and animal experiments and the experiences of patients using the tablet, we may presuppose the following effects of the future products. Firstly, treatment with the active substances of the anti-tumor defense could raise the life quality, as according to experimental proofs it might reduce the side effects of chemo and radiotherapy and defend healthy cells from the toxic effect of chemotherapy. Secondly, thanks to the additive effect of the anti-tumor defense, it could enhance the efficiency of traditional treatments. Even cancer cells resistant to chemo and radiotherapy that after a while would otherwise lead to a recurrence of the previous tumor or metastasis will be destroyed by the fortified anti-cancer defense. The above observations are the basis for the cancer research program, where products free from adverse effects and efficient in the case of every kind of malignant tumor are being developed in Hungary, products containing the active substances of the natural anti-tumor defense of the organism.